Hi, I'm Catherine Mora. I'm a book coach and I work with coaches, speakers, and aspiring thought leaders to help them write beautiful books. Today's topic is why it's a big mistake not to have a vision and objective when writing your book. So, as you would possibly know from business or life or pretty much anything that you want to do, if you don't have a goal or a vision or an objective or something that's at the end, a beautiful picture waiting for you, you pretty much are not going to get there. It's like you head out in the car without a destination. Where are you going to go? You'll meander all over the place and wander where feels good, and you'll kind of end up just driving around in circles. It's very much the same for writing a book. People will say to me, I want to write a book, but they haven't really thought about why they want to write a book. Is now the right time for them to write a book? What's their goal for writing the book? What do they hope to get out of it? Maybe they had a great life story and someone said to them, or lots of people said to them, you should write a book about your life. If you don't have a really clear objective, what happens when you start writing? You lose. Writing a book is kind of hard. It's one of those things that it's simple in terms of there are steps to follow, but it's not easy because you're fighting against other priorities and other time commitments, and your life in general. Just trying to get things done is difficult enough as it is without having this 3 to 6 month period that you're going to be committed to writing a book at the same time as doing everything else. So you might start writing your memoir because everyone says you should write a book, and part way into it you're thinking, this is really hard, what's the point of this? And I've mentioned before, I once read a statistic that said about 80% of people say they want to write a book, particularly in a business kind of arena. 5% of those people actually start it, and 2% of those people actually finish it. Now, someone told me that 97% of statistics are made up on the spot, which I love, but still, I can tell you when I speak at events, that number is often about right. 3/4 of the room, 2/3 of the room, somewhere around that, they are saying, they want to write a book. And why is it that so many people don't get finished? There could be a number of reasons. Maybe they just didn't have the support and the accountability, which is obviously something that I do. But at the same time, it could just be they just didn't really have a clear vision. They didn't really know why they were doing it. And once they were partway there, they thought, why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard? What's at the end? And, if you're wanting to make $1 million, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the book is probably not going to do that for you in terms of book sales. And that's why I tend to work with coaches and speakers and people who have some sort of business, and the book is a tool that they're using in the business to raise their profile and open doors of opportunity. So I like to work with clients on getting that vision really clear. Is that you speaking on stage in front of 1,000 people or 2,000 people, and then having people line up to come talk to you after? Is that you speaking to a client and that client saying, yes, oh my gosh, I need to work with you because they think you're this guru who, wrote a book that they loved? So a lot of the time when I've worked with people who aren't very clear, and certainly this is something that I've learned along the way, is how crystal clear someone really needs to be about what they want to get out of it. If there's not a really clear path where here's your vision and then you've got your 6 steps along the way. I work with clients on a 6-step mud map of the steps between now and the thing you want to achieve, if I feel like they need that sort of direction. Because I've worked with people who I certainly make sure in the beginning that they're clear, but sometimes people haven't been committed to that outcome. They've just said something that they thought works and that makes sense. And then along the way, business changes focus. They pivot what they're doing, or someone in their family says, I really don't want you to mention me, and things start falling apart. Yes, all those things always are there to challenge us, but when you're really solid on your vision, nothing's going to stop you because you're going to be working towards it, and this is something that you have to do. So it is so important to have that vision and that objective, what you want at the end. And yes, things can still change, but having that solid foundation is going to set you up for success much more than just kind of winging it and going with the flow, because you're setting yourself up for failure if you don't at least have something at the start that is going to motivate you and pull you through. And yes, getting support is another thing, but get that clear vision. If you want help with your vision, your goals, your objectives, by all means, message me. I'm here. You can just comment below, send me a PM. We can just have a chat about why you're writing the book and if it's actually the right thing for you to do right now, because maybe it's not the right thing for this year. So I'm also putting a link below to my 45-step book writing and publishing checklist. It's got all the steps you need from before you write, right through to publishing and promotion. And I'm here for you. Look forward to hearing from you. Until the next video, bye for now.